Hello, how you doing? Do you know what, it's not even funny, but I've just heard two kids fighting and they're really little, and one of them's just gone, I don't know if it's their friend or their sibling, but they've just gone, "You bitch!" They're only about this big. And it just made me laugh. Honestly, it just made me laugh. Like, it reminded me, sorry, this is creaking, that's annoying. It reminded me of me and my sisters when we were little. Let me move this away. Oh. I about fell into you then, about fell into your screen. But yeah, it just, honestly, I was just getting ready. And do you know what, I forgot to put bronzer on today. I don't mind it though, bronzer and blush. I feel like sometimes I can get a bit carried. I put a little bit of a shimmer on. Look, can you see? See them lumps? That's what I'm telling you about, dodgy filler. Don't get filler. Or if you do, go to someone really reputable and don't get it over like constantly migrated filler, like filler upon filler upon filler. I need to get this shit dissolved, not anytime soon, but I hate it. But you can really see, look. Look at that. But yeah, I forgot to put blusher and bronzer and everything on today, but I've just got a bit of mascara on my lips and some like glittery orange stuff. I was like, I'll have a bit of that. But yeah, I don't mind it, because sometimes I can get a little bit heavy-handed on the bronzer and it just sort of like looks like I've fell in a puddle or something, do you know? Right there. But anyway, I hope you're all right. You've had a nice day. I am on my second shift tonight, so yeah, 2 more to go and I've got a few days off. So it's Faye with all her ideas what she's going to do on days off. Probably nothing. Okay, probably nothing. Get the school uniform, because I don't know about anybody else, but I am so behind. Got me shirts and trousers, so I've got slim fit trousers, short sleeve shirts. Didn't get that out then. The lads don't like long sleeve ones, so it's just like the official school uniform. So I'll probably do that, because I'm not even joking. One time, yeah, I left it so late. I do this with everything, okay, absolutely everything. I left it so late, they didn't have a blazer for Mason, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. It was fine. Like, I managed to get one 2 days later. This video, I've been asked to do. A lot of people have messaged me on Instagram. I've had quite a few comments on here when I've put like IVF videos out. So I will be talking about IVF in this video. The people have asked my protocol. So I've had a lot of questions. With protocol, I just want to say before I go on to my protocol and how things work for me, everybody's different. Everybody's protocol is going to be different, and everybody's like body responds different. So it's not like a one size fits all. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, please don't go off like, I'm just telling you what my protocol was. Supplements, things like that, medication. But yeah, like everybody's different, so it is just basically, it's case by case with IVF, so they'll literally just go off you as a person and, you know, any investigations and things like that. But yeah, a few people have asked, so, and also today I thought it was quite fitting to do it today because, oh shit, hang on, my supplements, don't want them going everywhere. I got a delivery, had a delivery today, and I'm assuming, could be wrong, who knows, we'll both see. I'm assuming they're my patches. If you have just recently subscribed, this is my second round of IVF. Already have 2 beautiful children from previous relationship. Me and my current partner in almost 10 years, I've never felt pregnant. So yeah, we took it seriously a few years ago and it was like, shit, nothing's happening. Like, what? Why hasn't it happened, you know? Investigations said that I was like borderline polycystic ovaries. Partners checks, investigations came back absolutely fine. His sperm was fine. So yeah, first round failed. We had 1 viable egg out of 5 retrieved, only 1 fertilised and was viable. We had a day 2 transfer, didn't work, absolutely gutted. This time round we managed to retrieve 24 eggs. So yeah, I'm going to explain like the protocol and stuff, but we managed to retrieve 24 eggs, 19 fertilised, 16 made it to day 3, and eventually we ended up with 11 blastocysts in the freezer. So I currently have 11 in the freezer, which it still shocks me after the results of the first round. So yeah, oh, here's my patches. So yeah, basically now I'm waiting for a frozen transfer. So they wanted to do a frozen because I was at risk of OHSS, which is where your body can like overstimulate, and with all the meds and everything else and the amount of eggs retrieved, you can become really poorly. A lot of women do suffer with it mildly and quite serious. You can end up in hospital, your body starts filling up with fluid, things like that. But yeah, I'm currently waiting now. So this was last month. I'm now waiting for my period to start these patches. So basically, I'm going to be on Everil patches. Apply 2 every 4 days. These. So I've got a whole box of these. How many did you get in? 8. So yeah, these are what? Ooh. Okay. Do you know what it is? I've got slippery fingers because I've just oiled my body. Like, I like to. It's really nice salted caramel from Poundland. I'm not even joking. It's amazing. But yeah, these are Everil patches. So 100 mcg patches. It says. Change your patch twice a week. Keep to the same 2 days each week. Apply the patch below the waist to clean, dry, unbroken skin. You can use these in the shower or anything. They're waterproof. So yeah, these are what I'm going to be taking in preparation for my frozen transfer. So I have a whole box of them. And then hopefully early September we'll be doing a transfer. Like, my period could come any time now. It's so all over the place. It could literally just come at any time. Basically though, the first round that I was on, my medication was Meriofert and it was 150 IU. So the dose was 150 injected into my stomach. And they wanted to start off low and I just didn't respond. Because I had such a high egg reserve, my AMH was quite high. It was like, and it was increasing. My AMH actually increased, and usually it goes down with age, but it had increased. And this is all to do with like the polycystic ovaries. They said I haven't got it, but the syndrome. No, I've got polycystic ovaries, but not the syndrome. So I don't know, really. Basically, I don't know. I had a lot of follicles, and they put me on a low dose of Meriofert. So I was on Meriofert. And then didn't respond, you know, really poor outcome. So this time around they upped it to 225. Personally didn't think that was a massive increase, and I was just sort of like, pump me up, like, don't be cautious and give me it all. Do you know what I mean? Give me all the highest dose medication. Because you want it to work. That's the thing. It's a real emotional place that I never, I don't know, I never thought I'd ever see myself in that position. Do you know what I mean? Like, you really take things in life for granted, and I never understood the effects of IVF and secondary infertility. I mean, that I've had kids, you know, with no problems, no issues, and then all of a sudden are facing struggles, you know, and you just don't realise and think it's a thing. And it really did, still does take an emotional toll. Like, I do sit there and I'm like, especially when the clinics say things like, your body knows how to do it because you've had 2 kids. And I'm like, so what is my body doing then? Like, what? But this is what happens with secondary infertility, and just infertility in general. Sometimes, you know, you just need help. You just need help. There's you know, something going on. We don't know, do we, what's actually going on inside our body. It's such a complex thing, and it's really, yeah, quite something I didn't realise until going through it myself. Second round I'm finding it a bit more easier because the first time was the first time and I didn't know, you know, what to expect. So yeah, the increase, I was like, that's not enough, like that I need more. But actually we managed to get 24 eggs. Now they've not been tested. Like I said, that was an increase from 150 to 225, same medication, Meriofert. I was on metformin as well, so metformin tablets twice a day. They said that's more of a polycystic ovary thing and it's to prepare for collection. She said that was more for preparing for collection, not really, so I don't take it now. That was only like whereas now I don't need it, so I've stopped taking the metformin. But my supplements, because I get asked this a lot as well, what supplements I take. Before I was taking CoQ10 for egg quality and everything, but this time round I've just stuck with what she said. So she said to me, this is, like I said, every clinic's different. My consultant said to me, myoinositol, 5 milligram of folic acid, not like the shop one, but that's just because my BMI, it's in the threshold for Manchester fertility, but like NHS, your BMI has to be 30, so I'm obviously overweight, you know, I'm Do you know what I mean? So I have to have the higher dose, you know. So I'm on 5 milligrams of folic acid. I take that once a day, and I've taken this for a very long time. I also take Optibac, which is a probiotic. So this is from Amazon. The folic acid you get from your doctor. You cannot buy 5 milligram. It has to be prescribed. So pay for this from the prescription office. It has to be prescribed. Yeah, you can't just buy 5 milligram. The Optibac is from Amazon, and that is this one, which is you get 14 capsules. It says live cultures supplement, and it's like a probiotic for like your bits and bobs, you know, because obviously you can get gut health and things like that. This one is like your intimate area. You get 14, and yeah, it says take 1 to 2 a day. I'll just take 1 at the minute. I might increase to 2, but yeah, this a probiotic, the clinic said, is really, really important. 14-day course of Optibac is £10, so I pay £9.99. And then I also take myo-inositol as well. These are quite chunky. Like if you struggle to take tablets and stuff, I think these are quite chunky. You have to take 2. So yeah, I take 2 of these. Again, £9.99 for the, this is the NutriVolve 1000 milligram of myo-inositol with folate and chromium, and it's a hormone balancer, and it says vital for regulating reproductive hormones, supports fertility and hormone balance, serves as an important cofactor in neurotransmitters, regulates insulin and blood sugar levels, aids in weight loss, and supports immune system. I really like taking this, and I think the myo-inositol, you have to take supplements for 3 months prior to really get in your system. Taking it at any point is great, but for it to really be in your system, it's like 3 months. But I've really noticed a difference taking this. And I feel like, obviously, because the grading of our eggs that made it to blastocyst were quite good grades. Obviously, it's not all about grades, and they're not tested, so they still might not be viable eggs. Okay, we can get the grades and, you know, they're all great, but they still might have, you know, issues that might not stick, they might not work, so you don't know. But yeah, this stuff from Amazon, you get a lot as well. You get a lot in here. So 120 capsules, obviously you take 2 a day, so it lasts quite a long time. And like I said, that's a tenner from Amazon. And then I also take from Amazon vitamin D, and you get a lot. I think you get 2 of these in 1 casing. I don't know where the box is. 2000 IU. You take 1 a day, and yeah, they're really, really good. Like I said before, I used to. They're only like a £5.99, something like that. But before I was taking all sorts. It can get quite pricey, but my clinic just said probiotic, folic acid, and myo-inositol. It's going to be different for everyone. A lot of people take a lot of things. For me, I couldn't afford to constantly keep spending hundreds every month, because it can add up. It can add up. Some of them are like £60 for, you know, 1 box. These are just what I take. Everybody's different. Everybody's different, each to their own, you know. Everybody will do things differently. Also as well with IVF, the medication, again, every clinic's different, so you might have an all-in package where you are, but our medication wasn't included in the round of IVF. You have to pay for that extra, and with these patches as well. So do you know what? These patches only cost 40 quid. It's the prescribing fee, yeah, the prescribing fee, yeah, costs a lot, okay, just to have them prescribed. But yeah, the medication isn't involved. So even for frozen, you have to pay for all medication separately. So I was also asked how much it costs with Manchester Fertility. Again, every clinic is different. You can get prices, you can use Access Fertility, which we were going to use, but we didn't. And I'm quite glad we didn't, because we retrieved quite a few eggs. So I was just panicking that, you know, if I didn't, then we would have done that. But, you know, it's sort of at the moment feels like it's okay, it might be working out with having 11 in the freezer. Yeah, your medication isn't included. The price of IVF at Manchester Fertility is, which is the clinic we've used twice now, is 4,100, and then the medication costs about 1,200 on top of that. And then obviously we're nowhere near Manchester, so the train trips could be quite a bit, but the cost of actual IVF itself, like if you're close to Manchester, they're a really good clinic. They're really good. The only things I would say is maybe sometimes you have to chase them. So I had to message about these patches. I had my consultation and she was like, yeah, I'm getting them sent out and sorted today. And then, you know, almost a week later, nobody contacted me. I didn't hear anything. So I contacted them and they were like, oh yeah. So sometimes you have to chase. That's probably the only thing, but the clinic itself, very clean. They're so lovely when you get there. They're so kind. On my egg collection, oh my God, the lady that, she was like checking my blood sugar, my blood pressure as I was about to go, because the first time I was really nervous to be put to sleep. It's only like a small sedation. It's nothing like wild, you know, but you do. The first time I was like, oh my God, I've never had that in my life. So I was really scared, and actually you're gone. He said to me, you know, in about 10 seconds, you won't even be awake. And then I was just out of it, do you know what I mean? And I woke up and I was fine, a little bit groggy, but nothing crazy. I didn't feel a thing. Some clinics don't even use sedation during egg collection. To me, that is wild. Knock me the fuck out, please, okay? Because I'm not being awake through that. But there was this lady and she was doing my blood pressure and she was just so lovely. She was so lovely. Everybody in there, the guy that put the cannula in, just really friendly. It's a really nice vibe. They are so like reassuring and lovely, and you know, they make you feel like it's a big thing that's happening, you know. In the lady that collected my eggs, so the first time I had a chap, the second time I had a lady. Oh, they were both nice, don't get me wrong, but this woman felt so warming and genuine. Like, she came in and she was so excited to tell us, and she was like, have a guess, how many? And we were just like, oh, I don't know. And she was like, we said numbers and she was like, higher, like it was just, she was just so nice, you know what I mean? And it gets me emotional thinking about it, genuinely. It gets me choked up thinking about it, because that is what you need. Like when you find when you come across a real genuine person, like it's everything, isn't it? You know, it's real. Like that's what life's about, you know. And yeah, she was really genuine, and yeah, just really lovely. But yeah, every clinic is different with Access. So Access Fertility are a group that will do a multi-cycle, a refund package. So they work with different clinics. So you'd ring them and say, hi, I'm from Leeds. Is there any clinics in Leeds that you offer the access to? And they'll say, yeah, or, you know, the closest one. So they're not a fertility clinic. They work with fertility clinics, Access. So you can get, what we looked at was a 2-round package. So like I said, the Manchester Fertility was 4,100, or for 7,000, you could have 2 packages, unlimited transfers. See, if this transfer don't work, then we have to pay £2,000 every transfer. And if it doesn't work, yeah, that's just what you have to do. Whereas you get unlimited with how many eggs you've got. Or you can have like something like £13,000. You can have like a refund package, so unlimited egg collections, something like this. You'd have to really look into it, because I don't know, because that is something that, you know, wouldn't have been an option for us. Like it's way out there, you know, price wise and everything. It just, you know, we wanted to see, we're so like, as the clinic said, quite early on in everything, even though we're second round in, like we're still early on. But yeah, that's just a lot. They do these refund packages, so if there's no live birth, you get a refund. And also if you was to miscarry as well, then that's not classed as a live birth, so you would still be able to keep going. You have to read the T's and C's of that, but you know, it's worth looking into. There's other things like Gaia as well, which is really, really expensive, the monthly repayments. So if you meet the criteria, my credit score doesn't meet that criteria, to be honest. We have just had to save and, you know, do it that way. And get this package with Gaia, which is a company that will pay for it. You have to pay a lot back every month. It's the interest is pretty intense, so yeah, you'd be tied up to that. I've spoken about, like, if my eggs didn't work, using donor eggs in the future and things like that. We have, do you know, somebody on here messaged me and I actually got choked up. I actually got really choked up. A really beautiful message, and they're so lovely. Like, they are so lovely on here, on my channel, you know. And they said to me, we've said that as a couple you can use our eggs. And I just found that such a beautiful thing to say to a stranger. I was just like, oh my God. Like, you messaged me saying that's huge that somebody would say that. Do you know what I mean? So I actually got really choked up at that. Like, I was quite choked up at that, to be honest, because I just feel like that was such a beautiful, kind thing to say. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we in the future have said, you know, there's a chance that we'd go down like a donor route, which you can do at the clinic and stuff. Again, a lot of people use like sperm donors and stuff, but like, if it was my eggs that were the issue, then, you know. And it's funny as well, because I was looking through catalogues, and, you know, you can like pick like the donor, you know, blue eyes, match it to your, get it as close to your you know, how you look, your features and stuff. And I just find it amazing, like what these clinics can do. Obviously, there's a lot of testing that you can do as well. So I feel like if it doesn't work, I'm gonna get my microbiome tested. Is that how you say it? Microbiome. You can get one which is really good. It's quite pricey. It's like €600. But it's in Greece, and they're very good. Fertility, it's called. If I said that right. And they send off. You can do it. You don't have to be in Greece. You can send it. There's ways they do it all safely and everything. And some people have come back with, you know, really off balances down below, like bacteria and stuff that you didn't realise you had sat in your lining for so long, you know, and things like that. So yeah, I probably in the future, if things don't work out, might look at some extra testing, but really I could do with it just working, to be honest. So it just be all our dreams come true. Do you know what I mean? And you wouldn't have that stress of, okay, we've got to do it again, or, you know, keep grinding for it, sort of thing. So it's definitely something that I am really hoping it would just be an absolute miracle to happen this year, you know. So hopefully, though, I think everyone here has been so supportive, but I just wanted to give some information. Because like I said, I can't get words out. Like I said, I have had, you know, a few questions about it, and you know, people asking like clinics and prices and how does it work and this, that and the other. So hopefully I've gave like enough information to help. But yeah, I'm no expert, believe me. I'm still learning as I go, and sometimes I don't even understand things, and I'm just like, okay, just listen to the clinic, just whatever, you know. Second time around, I feel like I have learned more. The first time I was just like, oh, I was in a flat, I was gutted. I have got a video on here, which I'll link below in my description if you wanted to have a look. It was the whole first round journey. It's quite emotional. Yeah, I still get choked up thinking about everything. But yeah, have a great evening anyway. I hope that's helped anybody that wanted to know, because like I said, you know, on like Q&As and stuff, I have so many questions about it. But I hope that's helped. If you want to know anything else, just ask me and I will try my best. But like I said, I'm no expert, everybody's different, and yeah, just always consult with you know, doctors and specialists and stuff, you know. But yeah, have a great evening. You're amazing. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.